Hello everyone, Azrath98 here. Going to show you a server. Is the server that I'm going to show you today, if you want to call it a server spotlight, I'm fine with that, is Atherys Ascended. It's a really fun server. I mean, you meet a lot of great people on it. You meet a lot of really great people on it. It's just really fun altogether. I mean, I really love it, and I've spent a lot of time on it, and it's really fun. Anyway, the server I'm showing you, Atherys Ascended, is an MMORPG in Minecraft, basically. And unlike other MMORPGs like World of Warcraft, it allows you to terraform the land to your... I mean, in World of Warcraft you can't build your house, but in Minecraft you can, and that's why I like it. In World of Warcraft you have to wait for an expansion pack to start a war. And here I pretty much started a war between the town that's like right outside of the one I'm in. I pretty much started a war just today in like 5 minutes just by doing some parkour on their houses. Which, by the way, extremely fun. If you ever decide to go on the server and if you decide that you want to be in my town, I will personally show you how to do something I like to call winter song hardcore parkour. Especially if you're a class called Spell Thief, and I'll go into the classes later, probably in another video entirely, because I mean, it's so the community is just so massive. It will take me more than one video, I can guarantee you, to explain all of this stuff, because it's just so awesome. Anyway, so as you can see, whoops, it had to reload. As you can see right here, it is a whitelisted. It's a whitelisted server. So you do have to. I forgot what I was gonna say. You do have to apply to join the server, and I mean it's not really that hard. Like here, play today. Here's the whitelist application. Wow. You need to log in first. So you need to make an account, or you need to make an account. Once you make an account, you can whitelist. You can apply for a whitelist. I mean, they accept. It's just so fun. They don't really, they're not like super exclusive where they only accept people who meet the exact criteria. I don't even know what the criteria is. I mean, I applied for a whitelist. It probably took me like 10 or 20 minutes to fill out the form. After I filled out the form, it probably took about an hour for the whitelist to go through, and I don't even think it took an hour. I took a nap, and then I get an email after the nap, and it says you have been accepted. So, yeah. As you can see, or not as you can see, let's just go home. As you can not see because I don't have it up here, it is a really fun place. It has been lagging, like at the time of me making this video, it has been super laggy. And I've tried recording this video 3 times, but it always disconnects me. I'm so sorry. Disconnects me. And I mean, it would be just so much easier to show you the web page instead of showing you the actual server, which I'll probably do in the next video if it's not too laggy. Now what you do is you start off What you do is you start off as a level 1, and basically you start off in the neutral point. No one knows where the neutral point is, but there is a neutral point, and it's called the Gardens of Yalu, I think. Yalu? I don't know how to pronounce most of the names of the gods. Yalu is a god. Here, let's check. Gods, Astor, Baphomet, Velodrod, Yalu. Here. Yalu is the goddess of the dead and the dying, the former guide to the underworld. Her domain includes spirits, mourning, guidance, healing, mercy, and the celebration of life. Yalu, along with Durad, Muth, and Shal, formed a triad called the House of the Dead. She is sometimes called the Weeping God. Yalu acts as a Saichom on Aether, and would guide and protect the spirits recently deceased along their journey to the underworld. She holds a deep love for the mortal kind and mourns that she can only assist them after death. Yalu, more than any other god, abhors the existence of Shal, and her followers are expected to mercilessly hunt and destroy the undead with her blessing. Her teachings carry in the book of poetry called the Veil of Sleep. People actually wrote this, like players actually wrote this lore, which is why I like it too, because again, you don't have to wait for someone to make an expansion pack. It's always changing, it's always there, and it's always, just fun, really. That's what it is. Oh yeah, back to the server. Okay, so the Gardens of Yalu, I think. Yeah, Yalu. The Gardens of Yalu is the neutral territory. It's where all new players spawn, and you only spawn there once. So you better take a really good look around because it does look pretty awesome. Anyway, so once you spawn in the Gardens of Yalu, a ton of signs will guide you through, plugins on the server and all that other stuff. And once it's done with guiding you, it'll confront you with the choice for the three nations, and the 6 nations, and those 6 nations are Allure, Verona, and Ithro, which are the grassland and hills nations. That's where they're located. The Rorigla and Monosroth are the kind of mountainous stone type nations, and there's Arsluk, which I am a part of. I'm a big fan too. It's really fun. You meet a lot of nice people in Arsluk. Everyone's really helpful. I mean, except for Wintersong. You guys, if you guys are fans of me and you see someone from Wintersong, I expect you to try and kill them. Don't actually try. They will kill you first. Trust me. Anyway, I'm probably gonna edit that out. Anyway, once you pick your nation, and I think it goes into a brief description of what all the nations are like. Once you pick your nation, it will teleport you to that nation's capital, and once you're in that nation's capital, you will start. I mean, it's basically a free world. Anywhere that says wilderness you're allowed to break, but not grief. I mean, it'll explain that in the gardens. Anyway, so once you get into your nation, you want to look for a town. Just type in the chat /NC for nation chat, and this is the chat that's broadcasted throughout your whole nation, and say, I just got whitelisted and I thought this was a really cool nation, so I picked it. I'm new to the server and I'm looking for a town. Does anyone have a town that could take me in? A lot of nice people will reply, and maybe one, less than nice person, but so eventually They will give you the instructions on how to get to the town or what you have to do to get into the town. And once you do that, you should be in town. And once you're in a town, you want to pick a class. And a class, they use the Heroes plugin to deal with their classes. So, if you were wondering, let's go guide, gesture, TeamSpeak, hero command, hero classes. Here we go. The 4 hero classes are the warrior, the mage, the rogue, and the healer. And there are 3 tiers, and they're planning on adding more. And you start off as a tier 1 level 1, and there's only 1 tier 1, there's 2 tier 2s, and there's 4 tier 3s, except if you're a healer. Then there's a ton of then there's 4 tier 2s, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then there's 7 tier 3s, because healers are pretty much gods. I mean, you can see Bafis, Yolu, Savello, Thys, Say, Sanav, Drodmuth, and Shal. Those are all gods. The only one that I don't know if is a god is Moon. But once you pick your class, in your town, ask a friendly person of the same class to give you some tips, and you're basically on your way. You go mining, you get your gear. Once you have your gear, then you start, you build a house. Once you built your house, once you built your house, you start stockpiling supplies, you help people out, you raise your economy, you earn money, and I'll go into earning money on another day, probably. Next episode? No, not next episode. Next episode's going to be showing you guys some mods that are really helpful. So yeah, I mean, it's just a really fun place. If I were you, I would apply immediately. If not, then you're really missing out on something fun. I will see you in episode 2 of our Guides to Atherys. I will see you in episode 2 of our Guides to Atherys. Episode 2 will probably be modding. Goodbye.